James?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go. My volume was down. How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, man.
You beat your record?
Probably for the morning. Yeah, my fiance woke up too. She, yeah, she thinks it's because of her. No. Yeah, I beat it for the morning. I've gotten like 13 something in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah. It's a different workout when you're, you know, in the morning.
Yeah, when you're in the morning, it's different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're first waking up. Looks like we're probably not trading today.
Yeah, like I was looking at it there and I just didn't like anything.
I don't like anything at all, and I'm perfectly fine not trading.
Yeah, it's a Friday too, so
Exactly. End of the week strong.
yeah, it wasn't too bad this week.
Let's see.
Yeah, next week I won't be able to trade that much because I'll have to focus on the new job.
With funding talent,
Yeah,
nice. You
you,
went through the training and everything already.
that's what I'm doing this week, so it's easy enough because I just had to read things, But next week I'll have
Yeah,
to physically do things.
got it. Hopefully you'll still be able to look at the charts and stuff.
Yeah, I have two computers, so it'll be handy enough that way.
There you go. You like the new computer?
Yeah, it's nice now. So I have my work on one computer and trading on the other one.
There you go. Good shit, man. Yo, what's up, Christian?
I'm
Walking to the train station.
about to get in the car, then go head to the train station.
You better what?
Hop and drive to the train station first.
True. True. Yeah, as far as our pairs, it looks like we're not gonna get much today on a Friday. We don't have much economic data coming out. Yeah, there's like nothing today.
Well, learned that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm completely fine being done for the week. Um, you can always backtest. I think with GJ or no, with gold over here, we're obviously respecting this. Wow, that sounds bad. There we go. Needed that. With gold, we're forming this resistance over here. We're respecting it around 1745, but also in the lower time frame, 1750. We're rejecting this area. But if you look right over here, we're respecting this bearish trend over here. We're tapping it for the fourth time, and we're also in this bullish trend over here as well. So you got multiple areas just tapping in this area. Right, and then we're in the middle over here. Got like a wedge kind of thing. So I want to wait for a break above 1750 for any kind of long play, especially on the higher time frames where we could take price all the way up here after making this low down here. It's at 1618 or 1680. Right, so we're kind of pushing up over here, or are we gonna just reject 1750 over here, break down below this support over here, this consolidation, and retest these areas right down here? Right, and then finally coming back down to 1680. But right in here, I don't want to take anything. I mean, you saw the move that Derek just lost. I mean, I don't think he was actually taking that on gold, but that was very similar to if he did take like this sell on gold. It's like it's printing sideways, so you don't know what it wants to do. It's also respecting this little trend over here as well.
I seen that trade too.
Yeah, what right here?
It was on GU that he took.
Yeah, he trades
Here.
GU and GJ. So with me, it's like I don't like trading in these when candles are printing barcodes. There's just no point, especially on a Friday. This is if we were in like an uptrend or a downtrend, this would be a perfect setup right here. And just catch this thing right here. But on a Friday, yeah, when we're just going sideways in this pennant, I'm not taking it. So yeah, GJ's printing sideways. EJ got nothing much. Trying to see EJ right now. EJ, we broke below this this bullish trend that we've been in for quite some time now. So are we going to get that deep correction I was pointing at? What's up, Matej? So like I was saying, during the let's see, the Asian breakdown, we have this correction here. Price came up, rejected this area, and it's rejecting right now, coming all the way down to maybe correct this weekly candle over here. And now we're coming below the support over here. So are we coming down to 128,920 to retest this support over here? We very well could be. We coming back into this range, or are we going to respect this zone over here, form a support and continue back up to retest that high? Now looking at this, we're coming back into the zone. We're breaking this bullish trend, right? There we go. Perfect. So we're breaking the bullish trend, coming back into this range. Could be coming right back into here. But again, you're coming into this consolidation range again. So candles are printing sideways, basically. Yeah, right again, repeating history. And again, I'm completely fine not taking any kind of trade today based on the price action that we're getting right now. Here he is.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good, man. Just looking at a market that's not really moving.
Yeah, slowly. It's Friday.
Do you take anything today?
No. I mean, I wasn't really at the charts. I was just looking at it for an hour, and then I had to do some things. So I'm just back for the New York now.
You got school?
No, not today. But I need to get some work around my home. So yeah.
There you go.
Next week starts for me. So I don't know, Monday to Wednesday. I don't know how the streams will be, if I will be able to join, but I'll do my best.
Okay, that's fine. Completely fine, brother.
You looking at anything?
I mean, I'm looking at all three pairs, but I'm not getting much. You know, there's not much going on right now. You got the dollar index over here, though, broke out of this bearish trend that it's been.
Right.
You can even extend this all the way up here, right?
Okay.
So it was in that channel. There we go. and now it broke out of it, and now it's formed support right over here, but it's ranging a little bit, and it could continue bullish in this bullish pattern. If you look at the 4 hour over here, it's respecting this area, tapping multiple times. So if it climbs back into this area and continues to 92.50, you're going to see gold dropping out of this range and maybe dropping out of this support over here. I don't really want to trade anything in here. You know, once it breaks here, I know we're trending in a better market, so we might be able to catch these moves over.
Yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, right. Those are the easy moves. Those are the moves that you want as a trader. Or if we climb back into this area, we could get a nice buy with clean candles to the left. Clean candles over here to the left. But anything other than that, I'm good staying away from.
Yeah, same there. Me too.
Patience, man.
Yeah, patience.
So, Matei, we were talking about your trading and where you feel as if you're at, like you feel the over discipline starting to creep in.
Yeah, sometimes, you know.
Yeah. It's I definitely get that. It's tough, but you, like I was saying yesterday, you'd rather be on that side than not disciplined at all. Now you just have to dial down the over discipline. I've been there before. Just look for your setup, and if you get your setup, don't look for that extra confirmation. A lot of people end up doing that. They're like, I need one more confirmation, and you really don't need it as much, as long as it's in your plan, like what your plan is, and everything's printing the way you want it to. Take it. At least take it with a lower lot size.
Yep.
You know,
that's the thing I need to start doing, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think that what cripples me is, like, you know, I call out one good trade and it ends up being a winner. Then after that, I'm just, you know, like, well, I missed this trade. It was a perfect one. And then I'm just end up calling winners, but not taking any. And this is really the thing that it's annoying sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
Yeah. You know it.
It's not fun, but at least you're calling out the right trades. And now you start entering those on lower lot sizes. And then once you get more comfortable with it and put money on the line with your ideas, then you start increasing your lot size. That's all.
Yeah.
Just comes with time and confidence. And
time, confidence, experience.
Right now, you're only 6 months in, right?
Yeah, right. This is my 6 months, so you know it's not even been a full year. So
exactly. So you're doing very well right now. Just keep.
Thank you, man.
And keep it up, brother.
Yeah, I mean with GJ is better because I've been watching GJ for all the way from the beginning. But with gold, I've only been looking at gold like I do now. I mean, close looking, reading the price action, knowing what for like, I don't know, 2 months maybe. So it's not even such a big thing that I don't have confidence in gold.
You trade GJ in gold?
Yeah.
Gold. Gold's a little bit more difficult. You definitely want to give it some more time. Maybe back test the last 3 or 6 months.
Yep, I'm doing that.
Good. Just keep back testing it and learning it the way it moves, and you'll be good.
Yeah, perfect.
So with GJ, as I was saying, that I do believe that once we got up here into this range on the higher time frames, this is a very key area over here, all the way up to 154.700. Or no,
almost 55.
Actually, what the hell? Why is that so? Yeah, that ain't it. Yeah, it's 152.700. 720, I would say it is. So this is a very critical zone over here, right? We're tapping into it. Previous support over here, and 152, 200. So now we're in this range, tapping into it. And when it comes to the fundamentals, the pound, they kept their rates the same. It's at 0.10%. Also, the Japanese economy is looking to open back up. So that's why I think we're getting these rejections over here. I'm very bullish on GJ, and that's why I think price is just ranging in this area. I said it was going to range to the end of the week. I don't know what it's going to do next week, but maybe we get a deeper correction right back down to 15800 before we continue back up to retest these highs up here. But right now I was saying that we're going to be ranging around here for a little bit. That's why I wasn't, enticed to take any kind of trade, especially now. Price needs to break out of this and maybe close below this area before I take anything down to 15800. But that we're not going to get that move today.
No.
But that's why I think, that's why fundamentals are so important as well. You got to understand then technicals as well. Understanding this zone over here that price is going to react to even before it got up to this area. Obviously, that's where technicals come in. But when it comes to fundamentals and understanding what's going on with each pair, you just have to understand. I mean, the Japanese yen is just ranging down here right now because of that news. Like, we're in a severe downtrend on the Japanese yen, but now it's starting to form support. So what's it starting to do over here? Is it starting to turn back around? And if that's the case, we're getting a deeper correction on GJ.
Oh yeah.
Especially the fact they're keeping the interest rates the same, but that's no difference. Maybe the AstraZeneca vaccine is if that's affecting the pound. I know they're having some difficulties with Brexit right now. There's many different things. Somebody sent something in the chat. Oh, needs to answer emails. Got it. So those are just different fundamentals that you got to just keep aware of and keep an eye on. But we can go over to Bloomberg and see what they're talking about. 1 second. So let's see what we got over here. See what we have with let's see. Here we go. I like to read these to start my morning. Start with the Europe edition, then move on to the America. Europe restarts using AstraZeneca. Did you subscribe to this newsletter?
No, not really. That's why I'm looking at it right now. Is it a paid one or how is it?
No, this is free. I pay
free?
for Bloomberg, but you could get this for free. So go to
right.
Bloomberg, go to Bloomberg.com and type in 5 things to start your day. And you could get some of these newsletters for free. And these are good to just catch up on before you start the market. If you give me 1 second, I'm going to use the bathroom, then I'll be right back.
Oh, right. I'm just gonna subscribe.
All right. We got nothing today. Good morning, Europe. We start using. Wow. AstraZeneca is back in business. U.S. China talks get off to a rocky start in the business week for central banking. Here's what's moving the markets. Countries. Yo.
There we go. I just subscribed to Bloomberg.
Awesome. You were able to find it?
Yeah, I found it.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm just reading over Europe's right now, and then I'm going to go through America's just to get
All right.
what's going on. And then we'll do something. We'll do some analysis and
All right.
maybe back testing.
The main thing you look for the fundamentals.
The main thing I do?
I mean, is this the main page? The main page you look for the fundamentals, or is there something else?
So what I do is I subscribe to Bloomberg just to get a glimpse into what's going on around the
All
world.
right.
I go over to Forex Factory or
Okay.
Forex5.com and I look up, go to more, and then session wraps right here. And it gives you a session wrap over what went on during the Asian session. And then pretty soon, once New York opens, it's going to give me an update on what happened during the European session. And it gives you a whole breakdown over what's going on, what happened during the session, gives you different headlines that you could click on. Like we could click on this right here, and it brings you to something like that, or like a quick article.
All right.
Goldman Sachs, like right here, just like a quick update over what's going on. So this is good. Obviously, go over to Forex Factory. It gives you the economic data coming out, and then you get news over here as well. Okay, so this is interesting.
Yeah, I saw this one in the morning.
Yeah. Classroom first. Yeah. This is expected. Then you got different websites as well. I was about to read that that article. Yeah, these are a little bit older, but FX Empire is pretty good. So if you go over here, I don't know what they use anymore, but sometimes this is Daily FX, which I like a lot. Daily FX or FX Empire. It used to be FX Empire a lot, but I guess they've switched over their provider. I don't know. Let's see what they use for GJ. Gold. You see, like, why I didn't take this trade over here on gold? Like, you could have taken, like, impulse entry, anticipating price to come over here, but you got this area right here. And again, we're printing sideways. I don't want to.
I was looking at it. and then I switched the 4 hour, and 4 hours just a mess. So
Yeah.
not really playing here.
Exactly. It's.
I mean, look at this. Not worth it.
No, not at all. What's up, Gary?
Hey man.
How are
Hey.
you?
Yeah, not bad.
Good, man. Busy morning?
So.
Yeah, we're probably not going to be taking anything today. It's a rangy market, as you probably know. You've been watching it.
Yep.
There's nothing much that you could be
Yeah. Very messy.
going sideways. As I said with GJ was going to be rangy in here. I had a feeling until the end of the week, but we'll see what we get next week. EJ is it's just not worth it. EJ is correcting this move, and now it's coming back into this range. So it's like, what are you going to trade on a Friday? None of this.
Yeah, GJ, I was just looking for anything. Only really buys above 152.
Let's take a look. You said GJ?
Yeah.
152.
Yeah, you see where you got your resistance? That's it, that one there.
Whatever here. Buys above
Yeah.
there?
No, the 152.050 roughly. Right there, yeah.
52.
Buys above there. That's
Yeah.
probably it, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got a cleaner move over here. If we come above here, we should definitely come back up and retest this area. Just got to keep in mind this zone over here from 152.200 to 152.700 is a very significant zone on the higher time frame. So you're going to have a clearer buys above there up to where? Let's take a look. So if we clear 152.700, are we going to come up to 153.700? Maybe these candle wick highs?
Yeah.
Or maybe, 153.800, we could call it. But anything below there, like in this zone, it's going to get a little tricky based on the fact that this has been that resistance over here all the way to the left, previous support over here as well. So 152.200 is such a critical level. What's up, Allie?
How's it going? Happy Friday, everyone.
Doing well, man. How about yourself?
Hey,
Pretty good.
Good stuff. Yeah, we're probably not going to be taking any trades today. There's nothing in the markets to give us. We're ranging over here on GJ. Even if you look at the 30-minute, it's just like, what are you going to trade?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
EJ, still, what you got here is EJ creating that resistance now in that corrective state, breaking this trend line over here. But now it's starting to come into this nasty range that we were in about a week or two ago. Remember this? Actually, a week or two ago. I don't even know if you were in the Forex market yet, were you?
Probably not.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. So yeah, we were just ranging here. This is a mess on EJ. So now we're starting to come back into there. We're printing sideways again. So this is something I kind of want to stay away from. We are in this corrective state over here, respecting this trend. So this could be a key area where we retest and then continue bearish, but we're not going to get any kind of big move today. And then finally you have gold, which this, if you don't have this trend line right here, this looks like a great move, right? And this could very well happen. This wick fill and price comes right back down to here, but this is a Friday, and look at what the 4 hour looks like. Like we're still in this range over here. So I'm completely fine not taking a trade on a Friday and just waiting for things to play out for next week.
Yeah, fair enough.
Plus, we're respecting this trend line over here. Right? So we could reject that, but you know, if we were in a trending market, I wouldn't be paying too much attention to this. My main confluence is support and resistance, supply and demand. So on gold, we're waiting for a break below 1720 to take these clean moves down, or a break above 1743, 1744 to retest these highs up here. any DMs. Are we rejecting this area over here? Should be interesting if we get a close above this area. Get a clean move to the left, but I'm not taking it. All right, so where were we?
How's your week?
My week?
Yeah.
It's good. It started off weak, and then I've finished it strong. It's just kind of getting back in the not back in the rhythm, but just getting used to the new circumstances of like trading where I am right now, and obviously getting used to the market, how it's been a little bit different. But I in the beginning I didn't think much of it. I was pretty good under pressure, but I think like after a little bit, it's like, oh shit, like I'm not trading the way I normally used to. So no, but the week finished strong for me. I finished I think plus 2%, but
Perfect.
it just I'm finally starting to get back into it. So it's cool to see. Just
That's
getting
perfect, man.
you always have to have a winning mindset in this market, and if you don't, you're dead.
Yeah. As soon as you start doubting yourself, you're off.
Exactly, and you can never doubt yourself. Always look at yourself as one of the best, and just keep putting in the work like you are. So that's what it's all about. But let's
Yep.
see. Let's finish these off. So foreign relations obviously not going too well with Biden and Putin. Putin challenged him to a one-on-one like live discussion. Guarantee that doesn't happen. How are you doing, Ali?
It's been good. Still on demo right now. Still just getting practice, taking a look at the pair in real time, and practicing taking like executing the trades and stuff on MT4 and on my broker. Probably gonna stay on demo like until the end of March, and then try out a little bit of cash.
Okay. Yeah, I would say start with like either 500 or 1,000 if that's something that you can do. Like a lot of people start with 100 or 200 when they can afford to do more, and that kind of hinders their growth. So try to start with as much as you can, but also not too much where too much is on the line for you and you're not comfortable with it. You got to find
Right.
that happy balance, and I've always found that with most people, it's anywhere from 500 to 1,000.
Okay,
Like with me, I started with 1,000 after my demo account.
got it.
Take a look at gold reacting to this trend.
Yeah, I started with 200 as well, and it was I should have put 1,000 in it because securing partials and something on 200 euro account, it's not possible, and it's pain in the ass,
It is, yeah.
Mhm.
Let me do something real quick. So you're feeling good about it, Ali? You feel just more comfortable maybe than options? I know we spoke.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel comfortable because, like for example, if I identify a stop loss on a chart, it's good because I can let it run to my stop loss hypothetically and know exactly what I stand to lose. And then on top of that, any risk management just lowers it even more. So that I feel really comfortable about,
That's
like
awesome.
just that concept.
It's absolutely key to be completely fine with what your risk is. I'll get to that in a second. Let me just answer this. So, as I was saying, when it comes to understanding risk and being completely okay with it, is most people set a stop loss and they assume that they're okay with that risk, but they're not really okay with it. They're not really okay with losing that. You need to go into every trade knowing that there's a higher probability of that trade winning, and if there's not, you shouldn't be taking it anyway. But when you know there's a high probability of winning, you have to be okay with losing that. You need to go into the trade automatically assuming you probably will lose that. You may, and that's fine with you. And when you can do that and you know that you're sticking to your plan and sticking to the things you say you're going to do, because that plan is your strategy. When you build your plan out and you write your plan out, that's your strategy. I know it's based on, like, let's say Rakil, or based on my strategy, based on whoever's or whatever you've accumulated over your trading career. But you create that trading plan, and that's the strategy that you put together that's comfortable for you. And eventually, maybe someday you're going to be helping out family members or somebody else learn how to trade, and they're going to learn their strategy from you, and they're going to tweak it a little bit to what they're comfortable with. But to understand the fact that that's your strategy, you have to place trades. You have to be okay with the risk. You have to take your setups, and you can't hesitate on those. Hesitate on the ones that aren't your setups and be like, should I really be taking this? Right? But if it's your setup, you got to execute, and you got to be completely okay with losing that money. And that's key psychologically in the market. When you're okay losing that money and you're completely fine with whatever happens, obviously you're managing risk. You're making sure you're not losing nearly as much as you were. That's a skill set within itself, but you got to be completely okay with that. And that's going to help you a lot in the market.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Ali, have you read Trading in the Zone?
I read a bit of it. To be honest, I haven't finished it, but I was thinking to pick it back up and actually give it the full read through.
Oh yeah, it's that's one of those books you should definitely be getting in audio. I sent the free audio version to the books.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's one of those books that, like, if you're on the road a lot, or you always have your earphones in doing stuff throughout the day, just listen to it and just restart it and keep listening to it, and it's going to keep your mind at ease throughout your entire trading career.
Oh, that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna, obviously, the amount of times you listen to it, you're gonna end up memorizing a lot of it and know what each chapter is. Like, I know chapter 10 is huge, chapter 5 is huge, chapter 4 is huge. But it's one of those books where you just want to dig in and keep listening to it and restart it once you finish it. And I've done that so many times with different books. Let me just confirm this. Ali, did you schedule a Zoom today?
Oh, I think I might have, but we can cancel this one today.
Oh, you don't want to do it?
Just because I haven't. Actually, let me check. I scheduled it, I remember, for going through my journal. But I want to put a bit more work into it first before I schedule it with you.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do it.
So I'll reschedule it for next week then.
Cool. Looking forward to it. I know Matei wanted to do one, right?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. 1:15 p.m.
I'm gonna just edit it on Google Calendar, and then feel free to adjust it if you need to.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, it says I can't reschedule, so I'm going to cancel it and then
Do it
schedule
on the
it.
website.
Yep.
Got it.
So how's the mentorship group been for you? Like, how's the experience been so far?
It's been amazing, bro. I love it. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. So, I love like helping people get the most out of themselves. And it just so happened I was able to do this with the Forex market. And it's like a different niche, like what I'm going after. And instead of, what most mentors go with and what they're doing, they all have their own niches. Some people specialize really in fundamentals, like they know everything going on in the world and they could trade, they could swing trade based on that. Some people go straight technicals and that's really it, and that's where I kill. I've kind of mixed both. And then but when it comes to the mentorship, it's really the psychology aspect of it. Like I as humbly as I could say it, I don't think much really gets to me mentally. Like and that's just the way I am. That's the way my personality is, and I think that's a blessing in disguise, or not in disguise, but it's just like a blessing that I've had, that I'm able to really control myself and control my emotions, control my discipline, all that stuff. And I'm teaching people how to do that and how that affects you in the market as well. When you're thinking the right way in the market, you got your head straight on. There's no stopping you. And it's only a matter of time before you start turning that corner with that mindset. But it just takes hard work. It takes time. It takes experience. It takes a lot of different things, especially in the hardest market in the world. But when you got your head on straight, man, there's no stopping you. And I honestly think there's a lot of very experienced or very talented traders out there right now that also need some work with their mental discipline, or the way they think about the market, because they could reach a whole nother level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
A lot of people hinder themselves, or they get in their own way, especially what I see on social media. And if they just like narrowed this topic down, they'd be unstoppable. But yeah, the mentorship, helping you guys out, meeting you guys all over the world, it's awesome, man. That's why I was doing the lives. I mean, I still do these Zooms with people for free, all over the world, just to get to know them. And first of all, those Zooms, like I went over with you, like the main reason is to help people with their trading. Like, what can I do to help you? But like quickly in those Zooms, I could figure out if this is somebody that I could help mentor, and someone that like maybe doesn't think that they need it yet, but they definitely do. Help them understand the fact that, like, being in a group like this that's constantly pushing you, constantly, on your back to be a better version of yourself and do more in the market and all that stuff. That's something that you need, especially when you're first starting out. Like, you tell me, has this been able to help you in the market?
100%. I mean, constantly I hear when people have been taking trades on the stream, and you've always asked them, like, have you managed risk? If the stop loss looks big, you've always said, are you going to manage risk? That itself has helped me, because it's just a constant reminder to really work on risk management a lot.
100%.
And also, I've noticed that we're all completely fine here not taking trades, which is also good too, because that builds a lot of discipline and keeps you away from bad market conditions like today.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a lot of the main problem that I see with traders is when they're first starting out, they either don't have a trading plan at all, or they have a trading plan and it takes them on average 2 or 3 days to start veering off from it. And once they start doing that, they hop on that hamster wheel where they're just going in circles. And when you're doing that, it's a dangerous game to be in, because you don't even know what's going wrong. You have no idea what's wrong with your trading. You have no idea what you're doing. You can't narrow anything down, and you can't grow. You're just going in circles. But successful traders, what they do is they work on that first trading plan. They stick to it. They stay disciplined to it. And once they do, then they start adding to it. But the problem is people start adding to it way too early, before they get confident, before they get consistent, right? So if you could stick to that for the first month and get consistent with it, especially with real money, you're going to be doing pretty well. And then you could start adding maybe another pair that you've been live back testing in the market. So say like let's say my main pair is GJ, which it is. Oh shit, I got marker on my pants. Say, I never really trade gold, so I'm looking at gold over here, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, I would take this trade. Let's see if this works out. And if it does, it does. I journal it, and a couple months of that, then I can start putting a small lot size on it and start getting really used to it. But yeah, a lot of people start adding pairs before they get comfortable with the first one. They start adding different setups that they're seeing because they hear other people, barking out, look at GU, look at, NZD, all these different pairs. And they're like, oh my God, I want to take that. Or look at this setup on gold. Wait a minute. This isn't a setup that I've seen before. Maybe I should live back test it instead of entering money on it. Most people start entering money on that, and they don't know why they're not consistent, and that's why they don't have any discipline.
Yeah, and that's a concept that like in the stock world and in the options world, it's very normal to trade a lot of different stocks that you're not necessarily familiar with. And for me, like that was kind of a difficult concept to grasp, but that wasn't the right thing necessarily to do because every stock reacts differently to news. Every stock reacts differently at open, at close. Every stock has its own personality. And so I realized later on that I was a lot more comfortable just focusing on one or two stocks versus so many other ones. And it's the same thing here too.
Absolutely. Yeah, the stock market's a lot different where you can trade different pairs. You could hop on a scanner and see like, all right, what's the high volume, what's the lower volume stocks?
Yeah.
Look at all your criteria. Okay, all these stocks, I could throw it in my portfolio and trade them.
Exactly.
Like with currencies, it's a different animal. It's a much bigger market too. Let's see this.
Yeah, and with regards to a trading plan, like one of the challenges I am making to myself is sticking with it, like sticking with 30-minute closes, sticking with GJ, like not veering off from that. Like I was pretty tempted, for example, to take entries based off 15-minute or impulse entries or something like that. But I just really want to get comfortable with this first before I start building onto that later on.
And dude, you're going to become consistent a lot quicker. Now, the only thing is you just have to understand that psychologically going over to real money is a whole different game, but it's the same thing. It's the same analysis, same pair, same everything. And you can't think too much about it. But at the same time, you got to understand that a lot of people hop over to a live market thinking it's very similar, and it's not. You're putting your hard-earned money that you work every single day for on the line. So you really got to understand risk management. You got to understand the fact that that is your real money and that you're okay losing it if you put on a trade. But every single trade is different. And if you keep that in your mind, you're fine. So each trade, you're looking for the probabilities. You're trying to put a number on, okay, maybe – there's an 80% chance of this trade playing out. And going with that instead of the 30% chance, it gives you a little bit better of an idea of like, is this a trade I should be taking?
Right. 100%.
So just keep with it, man. You're doing great. Your discipline is great. You just got to keep that discipline in the live market. There's a couple guys in here that have come in when they were on demo, and then they moved over to the live market and they were doing very well. But then the discipline started to it's very easy for your discipline to start lacking with real money. You start revenge trading if you take a loss. You start over trading, especially in the beginning. It's very hard to develop that discipline, but it's very important to develop the discipline in the beginning. But it's hard to develop the discipline because you're not making that much money. So you're easily inclined to take more trades than you should be just to make more money. But in reality, if you get your discipline right now, you're going to be able to grow your account much quicker. And by the time your account's at, maybe 10, 15, 25, $100,000, you're going to be risking a lot more, and you're going to be completely fine winning one trade a day, making a couple $1,000s in that day.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't get your discipline right now, you're never going to get to that point. A lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people, flash the cars, and they show all the glitz and glamour of the market, but they don't show what they were doing in the beginning. They don't like I respect these guys a lot. I mean, it's kind of annoying with the flashy shit. I got nothing against it. That's your style, but most traders don't understand. They compare themselves to those people, and they don't realize what it took them to get to that place. I was saying the other day, like I love the before and after pictures of someone's setup, like papers all over the ground, a little laptop on the floor, and now it's like a big desk with multiple monitors and all that stuff, or before and after their car, their house, whatever. But like these people were grinding. Maybe they didn't have the discipline in their personal life as much as I do when it comes to like working out and waking up early, doing all that stuff. But they definitely back tested the shit out of their pair. And they got a lot of experience in the market by either blowing accounts or going through the trial and error. The only difference between you and them is just the time and the hard work. And maybe not even the hard work.
Yeah,
Especially
and
with
that's
a lot
what
of you guys that are in here.
that's what keeps me going, because at the end of the day, like this is a valid skill that you can learn. It's not like anyone here is trying to be the next LeBron, right? Like where some people are just athletically gifted.
Mhm.
This is a very legitimate skill that anyone and everyone can pick up and genuinely get good at.
All it takes is discipline. And discipline in other aspects too. Like not just, not over trading or sticking to your plan and stuff like that, but like the discipline to not go watch a movie and to backtest instead, or to watch a live session real quick instead of playing video games, or hopping on Soft4fx instead of playing Call of Duty.
100%.
There's many different aspects of discipline that you need to be successful in the hardest market in the world.
In a way, the simulator feels like a video game to me.
Hell yeah, me
So
too.
it's not too bad.
That's my video game. It's my Call of Duty.
So how do you personally get the most out of backtesting? Like I know you go through the months historically, journal all of the past trades, but then I find like when I do that, I don't necessarily go back to them afterwards and actually digest the information and process it. So how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, with a live session, same exact thing. So you want to review your session to see what you could have done better, all that stuff. Now with the backtesting session, do the same exact thing. Review the whole session, see what you could have done better. Review the trades that you took, that you journaled. There's many different things that you could be doing. Something that you could be putting in your daily must that we went over the other day is review 5 trades that you've taken in the past. Like just go through your journal. Let's pick up I don't know, randomly over here. And this is a perfect example because like I'm looking at this trade. This is something that I missed that I would have taken. I have the daily setup right here. Break and close below bullish trend, right? Looking at this, how I took this, could have taken this after this candle closed below the support. Closed below the support, right? Entry as soon as it closed, price dropped, secure 80% of 20 pips, stop loss at break even, right? And let this thing run and secure on the way down. And just take pictures of the other time frames. But what you see here right now is right here, I mentioned everything that that I was thinking and what I'd be doing. Then later on, I did a later analysis where I went back into my journal and I looked and I wrote down some of the things that I would have done differently, or if this was just a great analysis. Like would have been a great Asian trade, expecting further bearish pressure overnight throughout London. Secure, grab my pips, stop loss at break even, wake up in profits. I didn't take this because I don't necessarily like taking trades overnight. Plus, this was January 17th. So in January, I was really back testing the lower time frames. I was back testing using trend lines. I was adding some things to my trading, which maybe has hindered me as well so far. But like, now I'm starting to gain that rhythm of seeing things enough. And I think it was the combination of that, going through that during Christmas break and all of January and February and now, and then plus opening the mentorship at the same time. It was just all like a cluster. But the way I look at it is if anybody could do all that at the same time, it's me, with my mental fortitude and how I can handle things, and pressure doesn't get to me too much. I just think like that's what you have to do, and you can't let anything get to you too much. So if you're losing some trades here and there, so what? It's money. You're learning, you're building experience. That's what you want. And eventually you're going to make all that back, just like me in the beginning. Like what I did was I started with the $1,000 account, like I said, and that account got down to 600. I lost 400 of it because psychologically it's much different than demo. Plus there was a lot I had to learn, and I gained all that back. I gained it all back to 1,000 slow and steady. And then after that, I gained some of my experience, my confidence, and I deposited a little bit more, and I've grown it since then. And now I'm adding some more things that make sense to me in the when it comes to technical analysis and fundamental analysis. And now I'm going through that same stage too, plus trading live in front of people. So I'm completely fine with losing money right now, but I know that I'm going to make all that back because I'm putting in the work and I'm confident in my trading. And those are the cycles that you go through as a trader. You got to be completely fine with everything, and it's never the market's issue. It's never its fault. It's always wherever you're at right now is a product of any of the decisions that you've made. That's in life, that's in trading, anything, but especially in trading. You lose a trade, it's your decision that you made. You took that trade. It's your fault. You got to look and see what you could have done differently and move on.
Very true.
But yeah, you want to just go back into some of your journals and see what you would have done differently. I took a new screenshot on this one. I did a later analysis, but if you look over here, it's the daily setup. Price is forming the support over here. Wick rejection past the high of this candle. This possibly could have been a nice swing trade. I think this is the daily. Yeah, this is the daily. So this is a very weak body candle. So as price pushed up and past the high of this candle, this would have been a nice swing trade, putting your stop loss below this candle. Does that make sense to come up and fill this wick? So this candle in the lower time frames, the 4-hour, closed above this resistance. So this would have been an even better entry right here, putting your stop loss right down here. Right? So this would have been the trade. Lower time frame, secure 80% at 10 pips. And you would have grabbed this whole thing.
Damn.
And look, we filled that wick. And I didn't even, I forgot this trade. So I was just looking at that daily and I was like, that could definitely happen. So that's what ended up happening. And now what I did was realize that we were in this range over here. This was a fake out. This was the retest of that range. And now we're coming up to retest that resistance. Got clean candles to the left. Excuse my handwriting. It's just when you're writing on the computer with this tool right here, it's like it's
fine. Like, your computer handwriting is probably neater than my own actual handwriting.
Yeah, it's.
So, like, do you ever systematically track any of these stats necessarily? Like, for example, when you say 70 to 80% of the time, after a fake out, it's going to go back up.
Those numbers come from just experience and keeping in my mind, like, if price comes down and creates this low, and if we get clean price action right back up here, if we get a close on the 30-minute, right, a strong bearish close right here on the 30-minute with a rejection up here, rejection of this area, there's like an 70 to 80% chance that price will come down and retest this low. That normally ends up happening.
Okay.
And it's just like a psychological thing for me. Like some things, like it's like there's a 30% chance, maybe a 20% chance now, because we don't have any confirmations that price is going to continue bearish, but there's like a 30 or 40% chance in my head that price is going to come down and retest this low. Once we get more confirmations, that percentage starts to raise in my head. These aren't legit percentages. These are just like based on what I've seen and what I'm thinking.
Got it. Okay.
Let me send this text out. All right.
So in your experience,
So, buddy, I was listening.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So in your experience, news-wise, what typically moves GJ the most? Like what kind of news events or economic events typically move GJ the most during pre-New York and New York?
So, what moves currencies the most would be interest rates. And if you go over here to news, scroll all the way down to new. This is Forex Factory, by the way.
Mhm.
You use this, right?
Yep.
You use Forex Factory.
Yep.
Okay, so if you go over to news and scroll all the way down, it shows you the central bank rates. And when it comes to fundamentals of a currency pair, the number one economic indicator or mover of a pair is interest rate. So if a country has high interest rates, that's a good country to be in because you're going to be you're going to have your money invested into a bank somewhere, and you're going to be making like, let's say when if CAD right now was at 4% and US dollar was at 1% interest rates, you're getting 4% back on your money compared to 1%, right? So wouldn't you want to have your money invested into a bank there or, in their currency?
Of
You want to
course.
be holding the CAD instead of the dollar,
Yeah,
and then
100%.
vice versa. So you got interest rates, and I don't know if have you gone through the whole course yet?
So I was actually going through parts of it yesterday as well.
Oh, cool. How far have you gotten yet?
So-
I'm saying like what video?
So yesterday I was going through the simulation ones.
Oh, okay. So have you already gone through the fundamental one?
I need to go back to those.
Okay.
I didn't watch them like exactly in order. I kind of picked and chose some of the ones I thought were interesting first, but I want to get through the whole thing
Cool.
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. So the one in the fundamentals, I go over how GDP is very important. That's probably the second most biggest mover when it comes to a currency pair. It's gross domestic product. How much are they producing in that country and exporting to other countries? How much money is that country making or bringing in? Interest rates. You got PMI, Purchase Managers Index. So what are these managers of these companies that are around the major companies around the country thinking? And when you're running a business, the number one thing you want to do is get the opinions of the people on the front lines, right? You own a grocery store, you want to know what the clerks are thinking, how they're interacting with the customers, what they're seeing, what kind of trends are out there that they're noticing that people like to do. That's a big indicator for the way the economy is running, asking these people, right?
Right.
So there's many different things we can run through them, but a good thing for you to do is when you get time on the weekend, maybe when you're done back testing, is go through some of these the red folders, the orange folders, and read what they're writing for those. Give me 1 second. So core retail sales. Retail sales is big too. Let's say like people are buying from Macy's, people are buying from small mom and pop shops. What percentage is that up? Obviously, retail sales in CAD is down right now because everything is closed down. So the more negative, the worse. But it shows you the measures, change in the total value of sales at the retail level. Usual effect, actual right here, or greater than forecast right over here is good for the currency. Some it's less. Some is actual or less than forecast is good for the currency,
Okay.
right? So then it gives you the frequency. How much does this economic data come out? Or how often? It's released monthly, about 50 days after the month ends. Now, why do traders care about this? Or also next release, obviously, but why do traders care about this? It's the primary gauge of consumer spending, which accounts for the majority of overall economic activity. Then what you could do is backtest this economic data. You could go back and see, okay, the last one was February 19, 2021. It came out worse than the forecast and worse than previous as well. So we're going to go back to February 19th on, let's say, GBP CAD, USD CAD, and check out what the economic or the technical effects were on that pair. And you could backtest that. Like for me, let's see what I was looking at. NFP was coming out. NFP is another big one, especially for gold. But I was looking at some of the NFPs that went on over here. This is the data that came out. And this is just like a little note I wrote to myself. This is the 4-hour. And it says the previous was 336,000. Forecast was 60,000. Actual was minus 40,000. So it was worse, but for some reason it dropped. And there's many different reasons why it could have dropped. But if you look at, let's say, so if it comes out worse than expected for the dollar, NFP, normally gold raises, like right here. So NFP came out much better than the previous, not better than forecast, but it came out better than the previous. Now, looking at the 4-hour, we created support here and we were in a bullish trend. Again, this is the 4-hour. So look at that economic catalyst that it kind of speared gold back up into. Came back right into this range after that data came out. So these are the things you want to pay attention to so you know your pair. And most importantly, don't trade as soon as this data comes out. Trade 5, 10, 15 minutes after that so that you could catch the, sometimes if you know it well enough, you can, and this is something down the road for you, but if you know it well enough, you can expect it and you could set a buy stop or a sell stop below or above the range that it's in and catch that move. Spreads are going to jump, but that's a risk you're willing to take, but it's honestly gambling when you're doing that. So what I like to do is I like to trade the reaction to the news. What happens 5-10 minutes after that? Does it create a support after the big bullish move? Creates a support, continues up to retest the high that it created during the news. Or does it correct the entire move and I catch that move? And those are the things that you backtest and you go back into your pair and understand what it's doing.
Yeah, that's really smart to go back and backtest all these, especially the bigger news events.
Oh, yeah. NFP, PMI, retail sales, interest rates, FOMC. There's so many different ones that you could be backtesting. Wow, look at that. See that? Where's Matei at? Might be busy right now. But what I'm looking at over here is gold has been ranging, right? Printing sideways. This is nothing I wanted to take. Matei and I were on the chart in the beginning, along with Christian, and we saw price come down, close below this area, came up and retested, closed a strong, or not a strong, but a weaker bearish candle on the 30-minute, but it closed bearish nonetheless on the 30-minute with a wick to possibly fill. This candle's pushing low, looking like it's about to fill this wick, which it did, but passed the low and continued bearish. But it respected this trend line, which I was paying attention to, and ended up correcting this whole move over here. So that's why you don't trade in a sideways market. Even though you see your setup, you just want to be aware it's Friday and price could very well be reacting to this trend line. Now, again, if this is a trending market, if we're trending, let's say bearish, and we had this trend line right here, and you got that bearish 30-minute close, I would probably ignore this trend line because my main confluence is support and resistance, and we should continue down. But since it's a sideways market it's a lot more tricky to trade. So you probably don't want to take that. And you want to pay attention to this trend. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Cool. Did anything come out for the dollar? Do you want to see what's going on with Japan over here? I'll read that later.
So in your experience, have you found that USD news has affected GJ or any other pairs that don't have to do with the US dollar?
I have when it comes to major news events. Give me 1 sec. Gonna meet with the parent. Sounds good, Christian. Have a good one. All right. Talk soon. Yeah. So the dollar is the main currency that people do business with, right? So like a lot of people, a lot of countries have to transfer their money into the dollar before they do business. It's like the central, the main catalyst kind of currency that the world runs on. So any kind of news mainly affects gold, but also can affect GJ. It can affect other pairs, especially in the New York session as well. Like what happened this week? FOMC, right? I'll point this out right now. Which was Wednesday. Wednesday the 17th, around 11 a.m. But they had the press conference around 2, I believe, 2:30. So looking at, let's say, GJ, was it the 17th? Look at this.
Wow.
Normally you don't get this much volume during the middle of the day around 2 o'clock like this. We made an 85 pip push up from these lows over here. Now this also could have been technical, but the fact that this happened, let's look at the lower time frames. Lower time frames, 15 minutes. That's a big 15-minute candle right there.
Yeah, that's huge.
Now let's look at the 5-minute when Powell started talking. Right here. These are big 5-minute candles. Like the 4 5-minute candles took up 41 pips. So it jumped 41 pips in 20 minutes.
Jeez.
Right? And then we'll do this. What do we got here? Date range. So right here. About 2 hours and 10 minutes, we jumped about 70 pips.
Jeez.
Or was it 70? Hold on. Yeah, about 70 pips in 2 hours. And a lot of that happened right in the first 5 minutes. So, and this is GJ. You would think it has nothing to do with the dollar, but it does.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, why did that happen? Because Powell was saying that they're not going to increase interest rates by 2023. So obviously, that strengthens other pairs.
So when these banks and institutions are trading currencies, let's say based on some news that comes out like this, do you think that for example, they're being more bullish on a pair like GJ because they actually believe that it's going to go higher, or do they think that other people are going to perceive it as bullish, so they're going to jump on that wagon?
It's a combination. Like a lot of things are priced in. You ever hear that term?
Yep.
Yeah, so a lot of things are priced in where they're expecting that data to come out the way it does, and they adjust price accordingly, or they expect people to, they know people's emotions. The market is all emotions, so they know the way they're going to react, and they know how to capitalize on that. Big banks know what they're doing, and a lot of it is algorithms too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, man, it's so interesting to me. I mean, I hope it is to you guys too, but I just think like I wish I learned economics in school instead of criminal justice.
Oh, is that what you went to school for?
Yeah, I played football in college, and I ended up going to a school for the football program instead of, really knowing what I wanted to do. And I wasn't as mature back then. So I was like, I could see myself being a cop, and that's not what you want to, that's not how you want to go to school. Like when I was getting out of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet. And towards the end of my college career, I realized that I was really into business. I was into finance, entrepreneurship, doing my own thing, not working for the man, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So, you realize that later on, I'm not going to change my major. By that point, I realized that school really, honestly, is not, I don't know. For some people, you don't need to go to college. I'm not going to sit here and say college is a scam and all that shit. I'm going to say that, like, if you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer, some different career field, that's something that you want to do. If you're trying to own a business, it's best to get out of high school and learn the school of hard knocks, get your experience, read books, self-educate, find a mentor, If you want to get into real estate, find like real estate investors that you can learn from and bird dog for them and write out mailers, go door knocking, stuff like that. That's, that's a lot better than going to college, I would say. But college is awesome in an aspect where you grow up very quickly, especially if you're a kid like in high school or something that like never did their own laundry or any of that stuff. I ran into plenty of those kids in college that like just didn't know how to live on their own. I got out of high school and wanted to go to college and just wanted to be on my own, like I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to be doing my own laundry or paying for my own food, doing all that stuff. I was very independent. And that's where school really comes in and how it's cool for a lot of people because you really grow up quickly.
Definitely true. Yeah, that's all true.
Especially if you're like playing a sport in college, it's a job. Like you're doing twice as much as what most of the students are doing. Like you got to wake up 4 a.m. You got to go train. You got to do all this. You got meetings. You got classes throughout the day, and then you got football practice at 3 a.m. And then you got to leave football practice around like 5, 6 o'clock. Then come back for meetings till about I don't know, maybe 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on a Monday night, and you're watching film till 10 o'clock at night when most people are just out partying, doing all that stuff. And we did plenty of that, but throughout the week, you got a lot going on, especially during football season. But you grow up quick.
Do you get paid as a college athlete?
No, but you get grants, you get loans, you get all that stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, college, I think they just started that, honestly.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, they also just started talking about getting rid of college debt, and now I'm already like halfway through paying mine. Did you go to school, Ali?
Yeah, I went to school. I studied accounting at school and
Awesome.
then became a CPA afterwards.
See, that's something to go to school for.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I don't have any regrets necessarily about doing it.
Yeah.
I kind of just wish that I had a little bit more guidance or just more self-discovery like earlier on. like in high school and even during university, to kind of open my mind up to like other possibilities for myself. Like I was pretty hellbent on accounting and like just going through the motions. And it's not that I dislike accounting, but it's kind of like I just have more passions in life, like something like this, something in personal finance is something that interests me more. And I wish I discovered that earlier on.
Yeah, 100%. Now, is anybody in your family accountants?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
A
So
chunk of them.
a chunk of them?
Yeah.
Wow. So have they been able to help you?
Yeah, no, they've definitely been able to give me guidance, but it's more like just career advice and things like that.
Yeah,
But
100%.
for me at this point, like early on, a lot of accountants, when they're first trying to get their CPAs, the natural thing to do is go to an accounting firm, but then you're grinding, they're like working like 60, 70 hour work weeks. And like that whole culture of working like to the middle of the night or like getting in and just being at your desk all day, like that culture is so glorified over there. And I kind of discovered that I didn't want to be in an environment where that's glorified. Like I kind of just wanted to like do my own thing, and I realized that later on.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, you realize what you want to do, you realize what you're attracted to, and you go from there.
Exactly.
That's why it's like I've always thought like maybe college should start a little bit later for people because most people don't realize what they want to do straight out of high school. You're not mature enough.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
100%.
what I wanted to do till junior, senior year of college. And even after that, I went through my trials and tribulations of entrepreneurship, trying to figure out what exactly was my niche. I knew I wanted to work for myself, but you got to figure out what your passion is.
Exactly.
Some people find that a lot earlier, which is awesome. Like I help traders that are like 17 years old. They love trading, and they discovered it very early. And they're
And
going
that's
to be
crazy to
very
me.
well off if they stay disciplined and do the right things by the time they're in their 20s.
That's crazy. Can you imagine like having that 10-year head start, let's say?
I try not to think about it, just because like I know where I'd be right now if that was the case. But you can't dwell on that.
Yeah, no,
control,
definitely.
like today, you can control the future. Can't control any of that. So it's like I try not to put too much thought into that.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
But it's hard not to, you know. But yeah, I love giving those kids advice, especially because I know a lot of times they're not hearing it from their parents. Their parents are telling them to go to school and not think about trading or any of that stuff. But if you got somebody's voice in your ear just telling you to outwork everybody at that age, I wish I had that. I didn't
Yeah,
have that. Wish I had that when I was playing football too.
very true.
Yeah, these sessions on Friday are cool. We just kind of shoot the shit. Most people sleep in. That's all good.
Dude, that was me yesterday. But then
Oh
I
shit!
told myself like not 2 times in 1 week.
What was that?
I slept in yesterday because I was so tired from the whole week, but I told myself not 2 times in 1 week. I'm not going to sleep in today too.
There you go. Got to beat the alarm.
Yep.
Alarm clock got the most of me yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, first time in a while. A little bit feels like. But what's up, Roy?
Morning, brother.
Freshly shaven? Yeah, I haven't seen you without a beard in months.
I know, right?
Good
Been a
shit.
minute.
Well, you just felt like doing it?
How's that? How you guys doing?
Good, man. You? Ali's got the strong beard, right?
Oh yeah. Not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
What's he called? Yeah, Roy. It doesn't look like we're gonna get much on a Friday.
Yeah.
There's you got ranging markets, as I kind of called when it comes to GJ, the fundamentals of GJ.
Yeah.
Where it's at right now in this range of 152.200 to 152.720, but we could call it 700. But anything above this, I think we're gonna get clean price action right up to this area, right up here. That's going to be, we got a nice clean move on the higher time frames right here.
Looks like
Right
we are
now, it looks like Japan is starting to open back up. They're starting to do some monetary easing.
Oh, good.
We're in this area as well, and the pound is keeping their interest rates where they are. So that's bearish momentum for GJ.
Maybe we can place a swing trade or something.
Not on a Friday.
Yeah.
You typically don't want to hold trades over Fridays.
That's
You're accumulating swap fees.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. Something crazy could go over. And this was especially when Trump was in office. But
Yeah.
like something, he could say something over the weekend, and market opens up on Sunday, and it just gaps the opposite way and stops you out. So
That's right.
but yeah, they're let's look at some opportunities that you could have taken this week when it comes to like higher time frame stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to see. Let's throw this on. I have this indicator over here. It's not really an indicator. It just shows you the time frames. It's
Nice.
just, you find it in the indicators. But
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, looking at the 4 hour, how did this week start? Yeah, because I think, Rory, for you, it's gonna be good for you to take trades on the higher time frames, get used to holding trades throughout the day. Before
Yeah.
listing or something like that, you check MetaTrader, you manage your trade. It could be at break even. You're in a meeting making money.
Yeah, I want to start doing those.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be nice, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go back to the 8th, or even back to the 7th, and we'll look at some higher time frame opportunities that you could have taken. What's your main pair?
GJ.
GJ. Okay, so we'll go back to the 7th and plan out the 7th to see how we could have taken anything over here. Random stuff over here. So the market opened up. We are ranging over here. So we had this high that was created.
How many pips is that range?
This range is about 70 pips
Okay.
right here. So you have this range over here. Price is in this bullish channel on the 4 hour. Price is pushing up, creating these highs, coming right back down, consolidating a little bit right over here, and then pushing up. Price creates a high, comes down, creates support over here, and then just pushes up. And it continues to do that with GJ. Creates a high, comes down, consolidates a little bit, and then pushes up to retest it. So over here on this was Sunday, March 7th, 5 p.m. market opened up. Yeah, right here. Market opened up, consolidating a little bit. Now you're seeing that GJ is pushing bullish, right? We're in a big bullish trend. You see this move over here. And then what you do is you see this on the 4 hour. You see price retest this previous support or previous resistance over here and create support. So after this 4 hour candle closed, you could either enter an impulse entry right here. And it's the same on all time frames. Only difference is time, right?
Yeah.
Either enter an impulse entry as price past the high of that candle with your stop loss below it, or maybe even no, you can put your stop loss like right down here, 35 pip stop loss, anticipating price to retest the high of this channel over here. This would have been almost a 1-to-2 ratio. You would have caught 67 pips if you just let this go. But what you would do is you would go to 1-to-1. So this is a 35 pip stop loss. Once price reaches 35 pips right here, you could secure a certain percentage, while you're on your listing throughout the day. So you would have ended up securing here not until 11 or 9 o'clock at night Eastern Standard Time. So for you, it would have been 6 p.m.
So how am I setting up those take profit, stop losses, etc., take partials when I'm away from it?
Well, you set them like say you're in
You
the
set them
market.
once. You set them once, right?
You set them once.
Yeah.
Like you're on MetaTrader, and what you do is you wait for price to, um, get to your point. Maybe set an alert over here when you're like away from the market. So this is March 9th over here, and price broke out of here during the New York session, right? So this green is the New York session, and this green gets bigger as you go down the time frames. But price came up and closed outside of the range during pre-New York. This candle came all the way back into the range, rejected it, and closed bullish. This candle closed bearish over here around 1 p.m. And you would have been watching this throughout the day. And once you get this either 4-hour close or the pass of the previous 4-hour bearish candle, you honestly, you would have wanted to wait for this to close because this is such a strong bearish candle right here.
Yeah.
Right? If this was a weak candle, you could wait for it to pass the high and anticipate it to come up. It did anyway, but you just want the highest probability setup. So you would have entered this maybe right here, 41 pips away, and you would have secured at probably 1-to-1 right here, 41 pips perfectly. Secured 80% of that position. Stop loss at break even, you would have been stopped out. But what you want, you would have been stopped out at break even. You wouldn't have lost any money. You would have secured 80% of that position, whatever your lot size is. Now,
So I'm not going to be doing all these trades necessarily on Magic Keys.
you can set the trades on Magic Keys.
Oh, I can set everything on Magic Keys.
Yeah. So like I'll go to MetaTrader right now. So what you would want to do is open your calc,
Yep.
anticipating price to continue bullish up here.
Yep. So right now I got my, my standard setup, my 1% trade, which is like 20 pips each way.
There you go. You can't do that yet. I was trying to set like a partial TP. So you could set like you can only do it once you're in the trade, but you could set a partial take profit. It could be like, all right, close 80% once it reaches 15 pips. Close 80% once it reaches 30 pips, and it's automatically going to do that for you. And I think you can move your stop loss automatically to break even, but I'm not too sure how to do that. I don't use Magic Keys like all crazy like that. I just use a couple buttons and that's it. That's all I need. So this would have been a trade for you to take on a Monday, and you would have grabbed 41 pips to start the week off. And you would have been completely fine. Now, looking at this on the lower time frames, let's see if there's a better entry that you could have gotten that with.
What time was that entry at?
That entry would have been, this entry would have been at 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But look, you got a better entry that you could have possibly taken. So anticipating price consolidating over here and breaking out of the resistance over here, you could have taken this, anticipating price to continue bullish. You could have possibly taken this on the 2-hour, putting your stop loss below back in the zone with a 25 pip stop loss, anticipating price to eventually come up and retap this bullish trend line resistance up here, bullish channel resistance. So 25 pips, you could have secured. You could have secured, at 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 up here, around like 50 pips, right?
Yeah, if I got my take profit set like that, right?
Exactly. Well, that's the whole thing. Like you're either on a listing or you're away from your home. You're just managing the trade, and you know that if price reaches this area, I'm going to secure. And you do this all before you take the trade. You have a plan for this trade. You have an exit strategy.
Exactly.
When you come into the market, you have an entry strategy. You have a plan where if price does this, I'm going to enter here. Price does that, I'm going to enter here. If none of that happens, I'm not trading. Right? So before you now enter, now that you have the plan and the plan sets up, before you enter, now you have that exit strategy. The number one thing you want to look for is your stop loss. Where's my stop loss going to be?
Yeah.
Right? And if it's a valid stop loss, then you could take it. If it's not, then you don't take it. But that exit strategy is like, all right, I'm going to secure once we reach, 1-to-1, right? Which is 25 pips, or 1-to-2, 50 pips. And I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. Now, what you want to do on these swing trades, especially, is journal the swing trades, right? And then look at the trades that that would have worked out the right way if you didn't move your stop loss to break even. If you secured and you left your stop loss where it was, so you have 20% running. If you secure 80%, you have 20% just running, and you're okay with it hitting your stop loss.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, you would have caught this whole move. Knowing that GJ is so bullish and that it should continue bullish, you would have actually still been in.
Right.
You would have been, I mean, you would be holding swap fees, but you'd be making a good amount of money, depending on what you risk.
Yeah, so I guess I'm wondering, like, if I was going to enter the trade right now, I would just have a stop loss and take profit on my magic keys. So I'm wondering how I would input that take partial now.
You don't. You enter the trade. Once that trade is in, then you hit partial. Partial.
You have to
TP
do it
and
manually
run
while
on
you're in the
left.
trade. Yeah.
And then you set your partial take profit. But if not, what you can do is, do you have TradingView on your phone?
Yeah, I think I have it downloaded. I think I have to download it again. Yeah.
Cool. So you could set, if you go over here, you see this 51.514, this little plus sign.
Yeah.
I can hit add alert for GBP, JPY,
Oh, okay.
and it's going to alert me. So once it reaches that level, you get an alert on your phone. It's like, okay, I'm going to secure a certain part of my position.
Nice.
You're at a listing making money.
Yeah.
And these are clearer entries for you too. These are higher time frame, better confirmations. It's just the only difference is time. It just takes longer for these to set up. It just takes longer for these to execute. That's all.
Honestly, I like that idea, man. Sometimes it's tough to just sit there and just watch it the whole time on the screen.
Yeah, you also have to understand that, which is good, but you don't need as high of a winning percentage with swing trades either. Like, you can be a profitable trader with a 30 to 40% win rate.
Nice.
So that's good too. When it comes to scalping, the way I trade, you need a higher win percentage. You need a 60, 70% winning percentage, maybe even 80 to be very successful. But I think this is your best case scenario.
I agree.
I mean, you wouldn't care what time Allie's coming home. You could just,
Exactly.
you're just still making money while you're watching the kids.
Yep.
So
maybe I can get my first swing in on Monday night or something, or Sunday night, right?
Yeah. Well,
whatever works. Yeah.
Wait for the market to set up.
Yeah, Monday.
You want to wait for the market to set up on Sunday. See how it's doing. Make sure that you're waking up with us on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so you can get those trades to hold over the week.
Yep.
Like go over the news, hop on the Sunday webinar or rewatch it later on, and I'll go over all the fundamentals that we should be looking at for the week. That's what we do every Sunday.
Perfect.
And you plan out your week. Where should GJ be going? What's the GDP for GJ right now? What are the interest rates? What's going on with the Japanese yen? There's many different aspects of. That's why you really want to pay attention to fundamentals, because you're swing trading.
Hey, do you ever look at pound dollar, I guess?
I mean, I don't. I do look at it because I know guys like Derek trades it. There's a couple guys that trade GU, but I don't trade it. I just trade GU.
Yeah. It's just so interesting that we trade currency pairs that we never deal with.
I know.
Right?
I know. It's only the volume.
What's that?
It's the volume.
Yeah.
So pay attention to the volume. But yeah, I mean, you got plenty of opportunities over here that you could be taking. You could be sitting right here during let's see what the day this is. This is Monday morning, anticipating price to break out of this zone right over here. And you can honestly, I mean, we are ranging over here, but the fact that this candle, this candle during pre-New York creates its bottom wick and doesn't even, it only comes to like halfway of this, what this candle is, and then passes the high of this candle, you're anticipating to start the week with GJ being so bullish as it is, price is exiting this area. This would be a higher risk entry, but you're expecting price to continue bullish during pre-New York to continue bullish throughout the week. You know, based on fundamentals, based on technicals and what's going on over here. So this would be a higher risk entry. You know, this is something that you want to journal and see enough before you start executing on. But you're anticipating throughout the day, okay, we get that close above resistance. Now we get the retest throughout the day. I'm checking my phone. This is about 11 o'clock for you, right? This is 1 p.m. for me. So about 10 or 11 for you.
10, yeah.
About 10 a.m. So you see the retest, get this strong bullish close on the 4 hour. And it's like, all right, let's hold this for the week. That's a Monday.
Yeah.
But for now, the main thing you want to do is obviously get that 1-to-1, 1-to-2, secure there, move your stop loss to break even. And then down the road, you're going to be journaling the trades that you could have just left at your original stop loss. Maybe you moved it up a little bit, maybe you move it down a little bit. Not, you know, away. Don't expand your stop loss, but that's only for a sell. I'm saying move down. But you know, look at the trades that you could have held over a longer period of time if you just left your stop loss at break even. Like this is a very good opportunity for that because you know that GJ, it may continue bullish throughout the week, being that it's so bullish. And if it comes down to the drawdown at some point where you start to get uncomfortable, just close it or close another 50% of that 20% that you're running. So you close 10%, let another 10% run, and it's 10% of 150 pips, you know, anticipating price to come up here, 180 pips. You got 10% running, you're still making a good amount of money.
Yep.
Depending on what you risk.
Especially once the once the account grows, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So yeah, you had that in the beginning of the week. Then price rejected this area over here on Tuesday morning, right? Created this resistance over here. Now price came down to retest this area. This is the same time that you would have taken this is right over here. So now we're forming this support right over here. You get a strong bullish candle close. Enter as this candle closed bullish with your stop loss below here. Anticipating price to retest this high up here. 20 pip stop loss. Secure maybe around here, 20 pips, just because of these candle body closes. This is a little support right here. It could reject, but secure right there. Stop loss to break even. That's 20 pips based on the 4 hour. You would have been 2-0 to start the week. Right?
Yeah, buddy.
Like this candle came down, grabbed liquidity right over here, but closed a strong bullish candle, but passed the high of this bearish candle right here and retested this area. Right? Came right into this area, formed support.
What time was that entry you were mentioning?
This would have been at 9 p.m. again. So 6 p.m. for you.
Okay.
So you would have set this at night while you're watching the kids real quick, make some money, secure, boom.
I like that.
Oh yeah. So that's to start the week. And then again, if you leave your stop loss at break even with both of these, or not at break even, but the original spot, you would have had 2 entries still running. This one would have still been running. This would have been scaling in, you know, adding another position right here, anticipating price to continue bullish on GJ based on the fundamentals and the technicals.
Right.
It's that simple. I'm not saying it's easy. It's
Right.
simple as hell.
Yep.
If you just back test and watch this enough.
No. Ollie, where you at?
I'm here in Toronto, in
Nice.
Canada.
You guys still got some snow up there?
No, the weather's been good here so far. Looks
Oh,
like
it's warming
spring
up.
might come early, hopefully.
Nice.
How about yourself?
It's warming up out here in LA.
Nice.
It was, yeah, it hit 70 yesterday. We had a little chilly like past week, but it's warming back up quick.
Great to hear.
It's beautiful. Yeah, been good weather. What about you, Stefanos? Is it warming up out there too?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We got a lot of rain yesterday, but
Yeah.
yeah.
What pairs do you trade, Ollie?
So right now I've just been focusing on GJ.
Yeah.
I got into the Forex market probably like 2 weeks ago, to be honest.
Oh, damn. Nice.
I've been trading options for a while prior to that, but I was talking with Stefanos before, just having a hard time managing risk with that. Because essentially I would set a stop loss on a chart and then I have no idea like how much I'm going to lose if it hits that stop loss. So I decided to make the switch over just for a better control of risk. And so far it's been going good, just been on demo, but just kind of live watching the pair and getting used to how it moves.
Good stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
Are you focusing on GJ as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've done a few gold trades, but just real quick ones while we were on the session.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good move yesterday,
Moves
right?
fast. In and out.
How long have you been trading for?
Oh, definitely less than a year. I started, it's been kind of a slow start. I started just starting the conversation with Stefanos a while back and really been more consistent just recently, past couple months.
Awesome. Great to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's been a
Where's your
journey.
real estate?
Oh,
Yep.
no way. That's great.
Yeah.
Sure.
What about you? You got a day job, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, so I'm a CPA by profession, but I actually work at a brokerage. My brokerage specializes in pre-construction, so I kind of head their finance department over there.
Cool. You guys busy these days? They building
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot? Yeah.
The market is very hot here in Toronto.
Yep. Oh yeah. Home prices going up.
Yeah, man, I'm envious of like certain states where like you can get like a mansion looking house for like 300,000 or 400,000, and here I'm trying to get a shoebox, and like
I know,
even
man.
like a townhouse in the suburbs are going for like $1 million. Like it's ridiculous. And I'm like, why do I want to spend $1 million on a house that I share a wall with
I know,
someone?
man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You got to be balling these days to get that shit.
Yeah. Like my wife and I were looking at some properties, and one is like I think 45 minutes or an hour north of Toronto, and it's like it starts at around 7-ish or 750 for a detached. And that to us is a good deal. But it's
Shit.
like it's far from the city.
It's crazy, man. You got to make that cheddar now.
Oh yeah. How's the market been in LA?
Same. It's crazy, man. Prices are out of this world. you know.
Jeez.
Yeah. But, you can find little places here and there, little small spots, things like that. you
Yep.
know.
It's crazy though. I thought everyone's trying to move out.
I know, right?
Everyone's trying to get out of California.
I guess people are still coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
like
yesterday
the
was
plays
like,
you've been doing.
it's actually interesting. Yesterday, I just noticed there was like some real traffic once again, like just yesterday. I was like, damn, like there was actually, I haven't seen that type of traffic since before COVID last year.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
So I think things are really opening up and stuff,
I think it's the weather. Actually, that's more for us over here, but the weather's starting to open up. So the city, obviously,
Yeah.
starting to open up as well, business wise, and I'm starting to see more traffic, more people coming in. which is good. I need the city back. It's I hate to see it die.
Yeah,
Can't be
Yeah,
the
no kidding.
Detroit.
be a damn shame.
Can't let the Manhattan die.
I'm bummed I never made it out there to visit, man. I always wanted to, go see
You've never come to New York?
the city. Now I'm like really bummed I never got to see it, before all this crap.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it comes back, but dude, there's nothing like the hustle and bustle when it's like actually open and you got thousands of people you're passing on a daily basis. It's amazing, man.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it,
It's crazy. Just different people talking to themselves, weird ass people, cool people that you meet. Just I don't know, going out for drinks, stuff like that. Nothing like New York.
The Big Apple.
That's sure.
Um, Where's Drake at? Where's Drake's spot in Toronto, Ollie?
Honestly, not too far away from me.
Yeah.
He lives so I live in a suburb of Toronto, or a part of Toronto called North York. So it's basically the northern part of the city. So he lives in North York as well, probably like 10 minutes from me.
Damn.
Like he lives in a wealthy patch of the city, and it's called the Bridle Path. And the
Bridal Path. I remember him rapping about that in a song.
Yeah, so it's basically like a neighborhood in the city where they have like big ass mansions, like where a lot of the wealthy like CEOs and famous people live.
For sure.
Yeah, so
A
we
lot
like
of people
drive
that live up there,
a lot,
right?
and it's nice to see. Sorry, say that again.
There's a lot of people that live up there, right?
A lot of people, yeah. I think Prince used to have a house there. Yeah, so we like to take drives there just to see. I mean, it's a little eerie at night sometimes because like you see these big ass like haunted house looking houses.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about Drake's house is that there's a big like wall right in the front, and there's always security in front of it, so you can't really see anything there. Like one time the gate was open, and like in one of his music videos, he like showed like the front of his house and some of the inside of his house, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that. But then the
Yeah.
majority of the time, you can't really see anything.
Also, it's not a gated community though.
It's not a gated community part per se, no. But like some of the houses do have like big gates and huge driveways in front of them.
Oh yeah.
It's really something to see though, man. It's like a total, like it's a little bubble over there.
I know, right? That's a whole nother way people live. You're like, wow, y'all
Yeah.
live like that?
And it's in a pretty random area too. Like you wouldn't think, like it's not necessarily close to downtown or anywhere like that. It's not even like in a notable area. It's just in a random patch of the city, I would say.
Interesting. If you build it, they will come. Huh?
Wow. My fiance works for Macy's, so I'm just checking their stock out. Retail isn't exactly the best right now.
No.
What's been happening with tech in 2021? It's been horrible.
Right?
With tech?
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, well, you got to think economically, like what's going on right now is people are getting back to work. And I think a lot of it's priced in. So, you don't need Zoom as much. You don't need all this technology as much. Obviously, it's still trending up. I think it's just correcting.
Yeah, definitely.
And
for some reason, we keep getting spooked by all these treasury yields. Every time there's like a whiff of information that comes out saying the yields are going up, tech just jumps right back down.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So I'm looking at GJ right now, and if we get a close below this area on the daily next week, and we could get a wick fill over here, but more positive news out of Japan could push this down, and we could get that correction that we've been looking for on GJ. Maybe right down to 150, 400 price forms support and then continues back up. But this is it's a tough rejection right over here. So this is something that you could plan, Rory, for like a longer term play.
Oh yeah.
If we get a bearish red week close, this is going to be like the first red week since December, which is crazy.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Wow. Damn, that's a hot minute, huh?
Oh yeah. Price past the high of this candle over here, then flip bearish. You got to pass below that weekly wick. We're coming down.
Could be a bearish week then, huh?
It'd
Possibly.
be interesting because I've been saying this about 152, 200. Like this range over here. I knew we were going to come up into this. I thought, knowing GJ, we'd probably just push right through. But with that data coming out and, Japan saying that they're starting to open back up, with Japan's indice consolidating over here, look at the, see how bearish we've been since the beginning of the year? Just broke out of this channel. And now we're forming this support over here on the higher time frames. So are we going to start pushing up? And if we do, you're going to see a nice little drop on GJ. Also EJ as well. EJ's already doing it. See this?
Yep.
He's already correcting right over here.
Interesting.
If you look at this. Got this resistance right over here. Price coming right back down into this zone over here. Could we come right back down and retest this area? Maybe, break, retest, continue bearish, form support, and then continue back up.
We shall see.
That could be a scenario. Could we come right back down to 127, 100, which is a very significant level, and then come back up? Or are we just going to form the support here, consolidate a little bit, and then push up? You have multiple different scenarios when it comes to EJ. You have plans. Like this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. But you just plan these out and you plan what you want. You look at the fundamentals. Okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. Interest rates, GDP, what's going on with the pair, and then you move on. What's going on with the country when it comes to easing, vaccines, lockdowns ending, stuff like that. This one might be a little bit more of a realistic scenario, or this one as well. If Japan's really going to be easing, this could be one as well. Knowing that you have this area right over here. This is a very significant area on EJ. 127, 100 to 400 right over here. Previous resistance. It took a lot for us to come out of this area. Right? We broke above and closed above. We came back up and retested this area over here. And we pushed up into this consolidation zone. This is a mess over here. So now we're in this area again. Are we going to come down and, create this resistance up here? Create that resistance. Come down to 127. 100, like I was just saying, and then continue bullish. Right? But this would take a long time. This is a weekly time frame. Does that all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that takes emotion out of trading because you're just waiting for things to happen. If this happens, I'll take it. If it doesn't, maybe I'm not going to take it.
Right.
Let's look at the daily. Oh wow. Yeah, Tesla.
Yikes.
So China just said they're limiting their use of Tesla vehicles. This might be a nice option for you.
100%.
Got a clean move to the left. Resistance, we're in this range. Got a clean move, close below this area. How many points? Wow.
Yeah, Tesla makes like crazy moves sometimes on Friday, especially with same day option expiries. Because I remember one time in the summer when it went up like $100 or $150 in one day on a same day option. I think the premiums went from like 48 cents to like $40,
Wow.
which is basically like $48 turned into 4,000.
Wow. Wow.
Damn.
Crazy.
Like ridiculous.
Love it. Let's catch some of those moves.
Yeah, Tesla's been treaded down. Huh.
Buy and hold that Bitcoin. Buy and hold.
Oh yeah.
See where we're at with that. You still in it?
Yeah, I'm gonna just hold on to my Bitcoin, I think.
I'm still holding Doge.
Yeah, me too. I'm just gonna hold them, man. That was my play anyways when I bought them. I was like, I'm just gonna set them and forget them, you know?
Yeah. At some point, I mean, they're kind of trending up. At some point, I'm sure it'll, start bouncing up again.
Just imagine like maybe in the 5 years, 10 years, who knows?
I mean, it could be even sooner than that, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to come up and retest these highs and continue bullish, especially with the amount that crypto is getting big. I mean, one Elon Musk tweet, and we're retesting these highs. Ethereum, we're kind of range over here.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that. I think I'm just gonna hold all of them, see what happens.
Yeah. Yo, did you ever schedule that call with Rex?
Yeah, actually, we just had that the other day.
Oh, did you really?
Nice guy. Yeah,
How'd that go?
we had a great call. Obviously with my credit card balances and everything, it's not ideal for me to get going right now. But he talked about he liked that Bucket Buddy product.
Oh
He
yeah.
talked about possibly pushing that like somehow so that we can basically raise some money to get started with the store.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but he's here
gonna
in
help
LA,
you do that?
so- What's that?
He's gonna help you do that?
We talked about it. It's a possibility.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but, the last thing I did was I shared some pictures and info on the product with him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk again. But he's here in LA, so maybe I'll be able to meet up with him sometime.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So let's I was looking at this. This is a trade that I back tested.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot going on here. But this was about 86 pips and then 50 pips on the re-entry over here. Secured 30%, or secured another percent at 30 pips. Grabbed 30 pips on this one. And I grabbed 86 on this one. But now I'm just, back testing this and journaling everything. So this is the last picture I took. So I don't need this anymore. Successful runner. Then you just label. I did this on my iPad, so it looks a little different. But this is a great setup over here, based on the fact that the 4 hour was reaching its, retested its highs, was in a bullish trend over here, respecting it, broke out of the bullish trend, closed below like this, and then came up and retested the area. So now looking at the 1 hour, you got the break and close below with this candle. Price came down. You could have technically caught this during pre-New York, this candle, anticipating price to continue down. But, you could also wait for the retest of this bullish trend, which you normally get. So this would have been the smarter entry right here. And then right over here, looking at the 30-minute, you got that retest over here, rejection of this resistance, previous resistance, closed bearish, and a retest of this low over here you could have expected.
Right. When was that move?
This was, hold on one second, 30-minute. This was January 4th.
Oh, okay.
I'm going back and back testing the entire year. I have a separate journal for that. If you guys want it, just let me know.
Yeah, but wasn't COVID a crazy year? Like a anomaly almost? What would you call it? I mean, it's not a normal year.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy. It was insane. That's why, it's kind of like GJ moves a little bit differently than we're used to from last year. We have a different president in the U.S. We have COVID starting to calm down a little bit. We don't have the volume that we had last year. Last year, if you learned how to trade last year, you should be pretty good. But now you have to get used to this year's market conditions. That's why you kind of technically want to wait till January 4th, January 6th, January 10th to start trading again. Let the market warm up to see what it's going to be looking like. Maybe stick to the higher time frames for a little bit, but even there, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get you the way. What was that?
What'd you say?
I was saying I'm right now. I'm back testing the whole beginning of the year to get used to the way GJ has been moving this year.
Yeah.
So secure. % at 12 pips. But yeah, that's a good plan for you, Roy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Once you start winning some of these trades, you're gonna pick up that love for it.
Yeah.
Do you feel that for Forex?
I do when I win. I love it when I win a trade, man. It's a great feeling.
But if you, of course, it's one of the best. But you have to understand that you are gonna lose trades, and it's all part of your plan. You have your trading plan, right?
Oh yeah.
So you have your trading plan. It's like, if I take a loss, I can afford this loss. I'm going to be taking losses throughout the week, but on my setups and what I'm used to doing with my trading plan, we should put together a new trading plan for you this weekend.
Yeah, let's do that.
For the higher time frames and
things up.
Yeah, and something that you could keep right in front of you when you're trading, and you stick to that plan. Now, you're trading based on probabilities. Also, dude, go over here. You got to listen to this. This is a free audiobook for you.
Oh, okay.
Dude, listen to this. This is essential. This is like a trader's Bible.
Okay.
So it's free for you. It's a great book too. Look at all these UK cars.
Is it on what is it, on Audible or whatever?
What's that?
It's on Audible?
I have it on Audible. This is audiobooks. I have no idea, but
oh,
go to
okay.
this website, click on the link, and it gives you it in different sections. Just put your headphones in.
This is Audible.
Nice.
Hank,
Typical.
is that it comes from the deepest level of our being, at the level of our true identity. It comes from the part
After
of us
restarting
that
everything, I
exists
broke my phone. I had to get a replacement.
What's up?
Oh, my phone shattered. I was hiking with the boys and it dropped right on the cement, just in the right way. It just shattered.
Oh crap.
I got to
That's
replace it, so I'm just having to re-sign into everything on my phone.
So annoying.
I can't even get into Coinbase, and I have to like do a reset.
Damn.
Do you know what the QR code is? Does Coinbase ever ask you for a QR code? It just asked me for a QR code. I'm like, I don't know what the heck they're talking about.
To get your Bitcoin?
Yeah.
They should provide it for you.
Well, no,
Or-
you know, there's that authenticator app you go to.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the authenticator app and everything was signed out, so I tried to sign back into that because I'm on the new phone.
Yeah.
And it wanted me to scan some QR code. Anyways,
Not too sure.
I don't know what the heck
There's
they're
got to be
talking.
another way you could do it though.
Yeah, so I'm resetting my account. So I took a picture of my ID and my face, and they're going to reset it in like they said 72 hours.
Got it. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just trying to sign back into Slack right now on my phone.
Good old Slack. And dude, Rory, send like when you're doing these analysis, like send these to Slack and ask for like my opinion, anyone else's opinion. What's everyone thinking about this? First, it'll help other people, to get like a quick, maybe if they trade that pair, if they trade GJ and they see a long term, thing like that, it'll give you more confidence to take the trade.
For sure.
But your opinion needs to be number one. If it makes sense to you, it makes sense to you.
That's right.
Don't listen so much to outside opinion, but get other people's perspective. That's what they're
Yeah.
for.
The fine line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
30-minute second entry secure another percent at 30 pips. When you guys journal, just make it as easy as possible for you to come back, read these labels, and understand exactly what you were thinking when you were doing it. Put your description in here for the detailed description, but in here it should be only 1 or 2 sentences in each bubble. Like, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Real quick, just run through it. A lot of people put like fucking paragraphs in here, and it's like I can't even. I don't even want to read that.
No.
Like Ali sent good charts. You sent one recently, didn't you? I know you sent one in.
When did I send one?
Not in the chat.
Yeah, I marked mine up today. I didn't bother sending it because
Yeah, there's nothing.
there was nothing.
Why the hell did you send it? Was it New York?
Let me see.
Geo. Before.
Analysis on what day was this? March 16th.
Oh, okay. So we're up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I like sending them in. I like getting people's thoughts on it. And also I love watching and seeing other people's charts too, just to get a different perspective.
100%. Do you guys watch these breakdowns?
The Sunday ones?
No, the Asian breakdowns I do every night.
Oh, I haven't even bothered to look at Asian yet.
Oh yeah, these will help you like plot things out for the next day. Like these should be big for you. And they're like 17, 20 minutes, anywhere in between there.
Because
you
it's
can
the
watch.
precursor to New York. Is that why you're saying?
Yeah, and each one takes maybe like 7-8 minutes that I break down. It's for Asian and London for the next and you can plot out different swing trades because I break down the higher time frames first, and then you can move into the lower time frames.
Cool.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. You point out different things that you're seeing. This is really good. Trying to see, like, this is a little iffy of a trade. You see what I'm
100%.
talking about?
It is.
Okay.
It's not the best. It's not the best setup for sure.
Yeah. But I definitely like the breakdown and what you were thinking and everything. But you're coming into a range 24 pips, which is great. But once you get halfway through the range, you got ranging, and that's what ended up happening.
Exactly. And with my setup of waiting for 30-minute close, that's why and break of high, that's why I'd be kind of iffy in a real life situation to take this trade. I'd just be like, this is probably one just let go.
Now you want to journal this right over here. I wish I could zoom this out. Oop. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so you're over here and just journal this for a second. So you have this support that was formed over here. You're in this downtrend, right? Have the support that was formed. Price came up, broke the downtrend, came down to retest that downtrend, and you could have entered based on the fact that this is a fake out right here. Because price closed right back into the range. Now, what was I seeing? I was just looking at something like a possible entry for you. Maybe it just like looks different to me right now.
This one was tough. Like this setup was tough. Like this setup I thought was really good for sells.
Yeah.
But then there was just no follow through and it just pushed right back up.
So yeah. So this being that this is a fake out, and that when price fakes out and closes back into the range, there's a high probability, especially that we're in this uptrend right here, right? And we're breaking the downtrend, that there's a high probability that price is going to continue bullish. So you could have entered a low risk entry with price closing back into this range, like right here, stop loss below it, or maybe right outside this range, right? And then you would have caught this whole move. And that's about, I don't know, 35, 40 pips.
Yeah, 100%.
So just anticipating that when you get a fake out, especially in this bullish trend that we're now in, there's a 70 to 80% chance if price closes back into that range, there's a high probability that price is going to break out the other side of it. That's exactly what happened. Retested the support real quick, and then we headed up.
Look at
Yeah, that's
DJ pushing
still-
bearish.
What's up? You guys
Look at
posted
DJ pushing bearish right now.
let's see. It's about to be 9.
Oh yeah, wow, jeez.
Yep. Damn, finished the week off. Looks like the week is going to close bearish.
Yeah,
Now, this is something that,
that was a good move.
yeah, but this is the 30-minute, and this is a strong bullish candle, right? So you have a strong bullish candle, if this candle was, let's say, I'll do this for you. So let's say this candle right there was, you got the wick right here, and this candle had a body like this, right? Or if this candle had a top wick with a small body like this, right? And then you get the candle passing the low, maybe it forms a small top wick right here, and then passes the low of this, good entry would be as price past the low of that candle. Let's say this is below this support, right? But the fact that this candle is so big and stronger, it's a little bit bigger of a body. You want to wait for this candle to close below this support. Just remember, weak candle like this, you could take the impulse entry to catch this move down. Stronger candle, you want to wait for this candle to close below support, and then you could take the next candle down to fill this wick. You might want to write that down. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I know it's enticing. It's like, oh my God, I want to jump in this. This could very well reject. I don't think it's going to happen, but you could very well be taking this move right down here. Just wait for this candle to close bearish. You could get a retest of this area and then come right back down.
So if this wasn't a Friday, how would you have played this one? Would you just enter on the close of the?
I would wait for this candle to close below support.
Yep.
And wait for the retest of the next candle. I would also wait for 9 o'clock. Like this is the push right before 9 o'clock. So wait for the 1 hour to create its top wick. Because this candle had a top wick. Most of these candles have top wicks on the 1 hour. So wait for that top wick to form. Maybe candles to close in your direction on the 15 minute, the 5 minute. This would have been a nice snag. Nice snag maybe on the 15 minute. Let's see. 11 pips. Grab 17, 18 pips right there. Looks a little bit better on the 15 minute. But
Yeah, because then you have a better stop loss. Because the stop loss makes sense. That area.
Exactly.
How's the cough been? Is it getting any better?
No, it's so weird. And I tested negative.
Damn.
So I don't know. But Derek was saying that he tested negative too, and he had the same exact thing. 6 people in his family had the same symptoms, lost their sense of smell. I haven't lost any of that. I haven't had fatigue. It's just been the cough. And like cold-like symptoms a little bit, stuffy nose.
Yeah.
But I tested negative with the actual test, not one of the rapid tests. I don't know. Part of me thinks it's political. With the fact that like Biden is in now, and now they're trying to push for all these negative tests.
Who knows?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bureaucrats.
Yeah.
Like, look, we're solving COVID. Yeah, so this would have been a nice snag maybe on the lower time frames on the 15 minute. Anticipating this wick fill, but again, it's right before 9 o'clock. So you would close already. You would secure already right before 9 o'clock because the 1 hour is probably going to create that top wick. But this is going to be the cleaner and safer entry once it does.
Just a quick one. Grab some pips.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Then also, like, if you miss it, it's fine. Even if this is a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's like, all right, I'll back test this and I'll catch it next time. If not next time, the time after.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think this weekly candle just wants to close bearish. Stronger bearish candle. And the stronger it closes, the better for us. Because now next week on Wednesday, wow, yeah, we're coming down here. Not Wednesday, what am I saying? Sunday, we could find a nice setup. I don't know, somewhere down here where we could catch this down. So we ended up passing the low. Right over here. And it passed the low in the first minute. So watch this thing turn right back around and form resistance. If it doesn't, it doesn't, whatever. But normally when it passes the low of the previous wick in the first minute or two, it's going to come back down, form that wick, and then come right back up and retest.
Good to know.
Yeah. These are little things that I would pick up from Raquel, from Ted, from Kerwin, from all these people. And I have a whole document on my iPad of just, it takes me, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds to scroll through to get to the bottom of these notes. And I'm like these are going quick. So I have everything that they've basically mentioned that's important, at least over the last like year and a half on my iPad. Yeah. And I think somebody made something. I sent it to Noah. Somebody made something as well, like a whole document of, they kind of did something similar, and they made like an organized document. Mine is just like chicken scratch on my my iPad. Use the bathroom real quick.
Damn, GJ fell fast.
Yeah, man. People are like, man, we got to make some money before the close.
Just sneak a last minute one in.
Yeah. I wish we would have caught that, but oh well.
Yeah, that would have been nice. If only the candle closed a little bit smaller, like that red candle.
Yeah.
For me, it closed too far in the range. There's nothing left after that.
Yeah. 30 minutes. Yeah, it could be a bearish week. Are you watching any other pairs, Ollie?
I passively watch gold here and there.
Yeah.
I find though that when I flip back and forth between too many, I feel a little bit overwhelmed. So
Yeah,
I'm trying my best just to focus on one or two right now.
for sure.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just starting to look at, I've done a few gold trades and I'm just kind of watching what these guys are watching, EJ, but pretty much GJ, I'm sticking to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch EJ. I haven't even really looked at it at all.
Yeah.
Slower though, right? Than GJ?
I think so, yeah. A little bit slower. Yeah, GJ can move pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Do you have any cryptos?
I have just Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Nice.
Got into a shitty situation back in like 2017 when it first blew up. The broker that we were using here in Canada called Quadriga was like the platform everyone here was using. And then in 2018, they kind of just disappeared. And like the owner, like the founder passed away. He was the one who had the keys to the cold storage, so that kind of died with him. No one's been able to access the account, so everyone's money just effectively got lost.
Damn.
And the part that I'm kicking myself for is that I actually had a physical wallet to store the crypto in, but I never got around to doing that. So I just lost everything, unfortunately. Like it wasn't a huge amount that I lost, but it still hurt.
Damn. That is a bummer. Shoot.
Yeah, so from now on, like whenever I buy any crypto, I just right away put it on the wallet. Like I don't take any chances anymore.
Yeah.
Do you actively buy a lot of crypto these days?
I'm just kind of starting to.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I just put another 50 bucks in Bitcoin yesterday, just little by little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like we had that drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So this obviously can always happen, but it's a lower probability of happening. I like going with the higher probability of stuff happening. So this is like a Thursday or something like that. You could obviously take this, put your stop loss up here, especially the fact that this had a lower high over here, and such a strong bearish candle over here. If you get this candle passing the low over here, you could possibly enter that. Grab your 18 pips with this candle. Definitely secure. Move your stop loss to break even or maybe above this candle, giving it some room in case it does a retest, and then catch the rest of this.
Oh yeah. Set up for a bearish week, perhaps.
Oh yeah. Just looking at the weekly again. So the weekly, are we going to get a new top wick on the weekly to continue bearish? Looking at the daily, previous two daily candles had top wicks. So are we going to get a retest of this area over here before we continue bearish? Right into this area at 150, 400. So that's what we got looking forward to for the week. Let's see, EJ.
Good old Friday.
EJ's just been ranging all morning. Voice cracked. Gold came right back down. Yeah, gold's just ranging over here. Corrected this whole move up. That's why we don't trade gold on a Friday like this. Just printing sideways. Why is this? Oh.
Gold pushing. Look at that. Yo-yo. Doing the yo-yo.
Oh yeah. This was a older chart. Here we go. In this zone over here.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here and get the workday started.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, I'm about to hop off as well.
Yeah.
Good discussion. I hope you guys got a lot out of it.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And so I'll see you guys on either Sunday or Monday.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right.
Good weekend.
Roy, this will be big for you as well. Gary's still on here. I haven't heard you in a minute. Get the most out of this weekend if you can. Like when you're not with the boys, go look at the past 2 weeks and see where you could have entered some of these higher time frame entries. And obviously we'll hop on a Zoom and put together a trading plan for you.
Cool.
All right, bro.
All right.
Gary, I'll see you later. All right.
Yeah, speak to that, mate.
Kill it in the gym.
Yeah,
Let's go.
leg
baby.
day today. Legs today.
Leg day.
Yeah.
I did a ton of
Leg day,
squats
baby.
this morning
You
with the deck of cards. But all right, guys. I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Speak to that.
Yes, sir.
Peace.